Hi!
Hello.
Oh my
Hi.
God!
Hi,
You look
magandang
amazing!
umaga.
Wow! That's so good!
Thank you.
You're
I've been
beautiful!
practicing. I've been practicing my your language.
Thank you very much. I hope you can hear
Tagalog.
me properly.
Yes, I just put my volume a little bit louder so I can hear you a bit better.
Very
Yes.
good. So let's officially begin our Instagram live interview with you introducing yourself.
All right. Hello, everyone. I am Miss Universe Curacao 2025, and I'm so happy to be here today.
Very good. And first thing that I really wanted to know is can you walk us through your experience in pageants? What made you join the world of pageantry?
Well, this is my first ever pageant. I'm very new. What made me join the world of pageantry? Well, when I started doing my research, because I had a project that I was working on, and I thought to myself, well, how can I bring this project to the world? And so suddenly people started telling me, hey, why don't you join Miss Universe? And I was like, well, what is Miss Universe all about? So when I found out that it was about being an ambassador for your country and then being an ambassador and a voice for those that need one, then I said, okay, this is something that resonates with me.
Wow, but joining into pageant doesn't just happen overnight. It takes a lot of time and preparation. So how long did you prepare before you decide to tell yourself this is the time for me to compete?
Wow. Well, I actually started preparing for Miss Universe Curacao last October. So it's now a year, coming up on a year that I've been preparing for Miss Universe Curacao and Miss Universe. Because I looked at Miss Universe Curacao as a training ground for Miss Universe. Yeah.
Wow, that is actually a quick preparation because if you notice, other girls prepare for like long years.
Yeah, I think it's definitely something that because I wasn't a pageant girl growing up, and it was something that I recently really looked into when finding a way to have a big platform to for my project. I think there I was like, okay, now I'm learning more about what Miss Universe means, pageantry, how this is a voice for us, for women to promote the things that we care about. And then I was like, okay, this is definitely something.
So being
Yeah.
a first timer in the pageant, what went through your mind when you were there, standing in the final two, and then you were called as the winner, and you're going to the universe?
To me, that was a feeling of, even when I think about it, I'm almost reliving it. And it was something that was like, wow, I felt in that moment that it was like a calling that, okay, this is what I'm meant to do. It was double, triple confirmation that, okay, I'm on the right path. This is something that was placed in my life for me to make a difference, not only in Curacao, but hopefully universally worldwide. And so there I started feeling all the emotions when they called me and they called my name. And yeah, it was an amazing experience.
Very good. And I have also read online that you were in a military academy, which is very far from the world of pageantry. So can you talk us through that experience of yours?
Yes. So when I was 15 years old, I went to a U.S. military academy. And the way that came about, so my mom, she knew that I wanted to see more of the world and have more experiences. So she gave me a list of boarding schools and she said, okay, you can go to dance school, you can go to acting school, you can go all these schools. And then all the way at the bottom, it was boarding school for the military, and I was like, okay, that's the one, because that kind of scares me and I would like to do that. So then I decided to go for it, and I worked really hard there, and I worked my way up to get officer position. And so
Wow.
yeah, so I think since a young age I've had this leadership ingrained in me, or this want to be able to lead and help others. So definitely, and I was in charge. My job as an officer was in charge of the new recruits, the new people coming in. So it wasn't easy. I wasn't easy on them, but I think I learned with that is definitely respect is it's earned. It's not given. Yeah.
Very true. And as I said earlier, military academy is very different from the world of pageants. But in your experience, in what way are they similar? But especially with your preparation now for Miss Universe.
Yeah, I want to say actually that's they're actually very similar. They're very similar. You wouldn't think.
Minus the catwalk.
And mine is the catwalk. In the military, it's marching. So it's, yeah. But I was also in drill team in the military academy. So that was, you have different steps you have to take and you have to learn how to walk properly and in step. So it's different form of catwalk. It's not the same, but it's still uniform and having it to learn a specific routine. And so definitely I would say the similarities, all of the qualities that one would need in the military. I think that that's something that Miss Universe is also looking for in a queen, which is discipline, leadership, empathy, all of those qualities, and having someone that's resilient, that never give up attitude. And I think that's exactly what I've had my entire life, and even more so now in Miss Universe, because this is like a school, and like a military academy, but a beauty academy. But except I think the beauty part is it's the inner beauty. That's the most important part. And that's where I resonate with it a lot. And so, yeah, I think there's a lot of similarities. Differences, I don't know, because again, I'm training in the gym. It's a lot of, it takes a lot of out of you physically and also mentally. So waking up early in the morning, there's a lot of similarities.
Yes, I can see why. There's so many similarities, especially with the things that you have mentioned. And also, I have also noticed that in an interview, I have noticed that you speak Spanish. How many languages do you speak?
Yes, so I actually speak four languages. I am learning a
Wow.
fifth. So I speak English, Spanish, Dutch, and Papiamento. And Spanish is actually my fourth language. I'm not as good in speaking Spanish, but I'm definitely learning every day more and more. My two little brothers, they're half Colombian. So yeah, so that's where I started learning my Spanish. I'm definitely mixed. I mean, my stepfather, he was Dutch. I have Dutch family members as well. My grandpa told me that we have, how do you call it, history, ancestors from Venezuela. So there I was like, okay,
Wow.
we're definitely a mix of everything.
This is
Yeah.
what I love about conducting interviews because we learn so much from you contestants rather than just looking at the photos and videos. So I truly appreciate this one. And I have watched your interview with the Spanish television channel. I was like, wow, you can speak Spanish. You sounded so fluent, actually.
Thank you. I've been practicing every day. I mean, I also went to train in Miami with Tammy. And so Tommy, she's a really good trainer. So I was with her every day training in the gym. And it was like a Spanish class. She would not allow me to speak English. So I had to speak Spanish every day.
Wow,
Yeah.
that was intense, but a good challenge, actually. And
Yeah.
speaking of challenge, as a newbie in the world of pageantry, there are challenges like training catwalk, interviews. Of all this, what do you think is the most challenging for you?
Wow. I think the most challenging for me would have to be, I think they all have their challenges. They all have certain things that that's new to me, but I enjoy the challenge. I enjoy stepping up to the plate. I have a saying that no mountain's too high for me to climb. So I think they all have their challenges, but I enjoy them.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a very good mindset. I really like that. And also, since you were talking earlier that you wanted to use pageantry as a platform to raise bigger issues, can you tell us about your advocacy?
Yes, I can. So this is something that means a lot to me, and it's something that I started before pageantry, and I'm using this platform to elevate it and to bring attention to it. And so I've written I've written a law where it's a proposed piece of legislation where it helps people that are going through emotionally abusive situations. So if we look at emotional abuse, it's an umbrella, right? And we can see it in schools with children that are bullied. We can see it in the workplaces with people that are using their power to hold something over somebody else. and that's an emotionally abusive situation. And then thirdly, we see it in relationships, in marriages, in couples. And so I've seen a lot of my family members and friends go through this, and I myself have also been through emotionally abusive situations. And so because of that, I said, you know what, I want to put a stop to this. I don't only want to talk about it and bring awareness to it, but to actually do something about it. Because I think awareness without action, we don't get anywhere. So that is why I decided to write this law, and I'm working with amazing, amazing lawyers. I brought it to them. They're working on it. They're making it into something that we can bring to our government for them to pass it. And so I decided to come to Miss Universe to continue to speak about this because I don't want it to end in Curacao. I want this law, which is meant to protect people, the Emotional Well-Being and Protection Act. That's what it's called. I want this law to protect people from all nations. I want it to be a universal law, and that is where the Miss Universe platform comes in, where I will have the opportunity, this is my goal, to bring it to the United Nations, because I believe that this is it's a humanitarian issue.
Wow, that's amazing. And I'm
Small
so
snippet.
glad. Yes, I'm
Yeah.
so glad to have the opportunity to hear it directly from you. That's amazing. What you're doing is amazing. So thank you very much. And aside
Thank you.
from focusing on emotional well-being, I have also read that you are focusing on youth empowerment. So why do you
Absolutely.
think there is a need to empower the youth?
Because the youth is the next generation. So if we empower our youth and we teach them, well, that's why education is so important. We teach them, we give them the tools to succeed. Then I think in that way we'll foster a society that's even more progressive than the last generation. So I work with a Child First After School Foundation. That's what it's called. It's where kids from underprivileged communities have the tools have the tools to go after school and not only just play and draw. No, they're actually learning real life lessons. And so I work with them, and I was just visiting them the other day, and I was presenting my project to them and talking to them about how never compare yourself to anybody, where comparison is a thief of joy. I've said that before. And so along with my law, what's important is the education aspect. So action, but also education, so that these kids can learn what it means, what emotional abuse means, that it is also bullying, and why it's not a good thing, why we shouldn't do it. And, if they're at home as well in their families, if they can spot it, talk to a trusted adult, speak out. Your voice is the most powerful thing that you have. So that's what I teach these kids.
This is amazing because actually, in connection to what you're advocating for, you're a pageant queen. So you're always in the spotlight. And along with that are not only the good things, but the criticisms as well. So how do you personally handle those?
Well, I think the criticisms, that's something that, and that's actually why I talk about comparison like I did at Telemundo, in Casa con Telemundo, because I found myself doing that. So I always told myself, Camille, comparison is a thief of joy. Never do it. This is something where, you're strong, you know who you are, and there's no one like you. And that's what I tell these kids as well. There's no one like them. And so, but I found myself in this journey comparing myself. And I told myself, okay, why am I doing this? I analyzed myself, and then I told myself that no, you are enough, and you have qualities that are good to bring to the table to bring about change. And at the end of the day, it's not about me. It's about what I can do for others, how I can serve my communities, and how I can serve not just Curacao, but like I said, other nations as well. So I think when I keep my mind focused on that, where it's like, okay, how can I help other people? Then all of that washes away.
And I have a question that popped in my mind, which I think is very interesting. Since you are drawn to criticisms and you've been reading a lot for sure, and you're aware on what other people are telling you, where do you draw a line that you tell yourself, these are constructive? This is something that I can use to improve myself.
Ooh, I definitely. So, actually, I think this was a question that one of the judges here asked me in Curacao. I think this was a, I think this was one of the questions, and I had said that I look as criticism as an opportunity to
Mm.
change, to where I tell myself, okay, do they have a point? What could I do to better myself? If it's constructive criticism, if it's negative criticism with the no basis, then I just, I shrug that off. But if it's constructive, then I say, okay, maybe they're right. Maybe, for example, I had watched your video on you put the top leaderboard,
Yes.
and you had given me a constructive criticism, which was when I had won Miss Universe Curacao, there was a lot of hype, and you said, well, I hope that
Oh, I
the hype
did.
has died down a bit. Yes. No, but it was really good because you had given me amazing advice where you said, okay, the criticism is the hype has died down a bit. I hope that she can keep this hype going. And I said, okay, what can I do? He's absolutely right. I can take to social media more. I can post more. And so that's exactly what I did. So
Oh
that
my
was
God.
amazing advice. So thank you.
I really, really like how your mind works. I mean, I think this is what happens when you have a very positive and growth mindset because you take things constructively and how can it help me improve? I like that. I really, really like
Yeah.
that. Very
Thank
good.
you.
And for someone like you who will be representing Curacao in a global stage, what do you want the world to know about your country?
I had said this in one of the Q&As that I had done where I said that I could tell people about our amazing food and I could tell people about our amazing culture and our art. We have art everywhere on every building here. You'll see amazing art. We have such a talented youth and we're such a talented people as well. And when you come to Curacao, we have a saying that's bombini, which is welcome. And it's really like it's like giving someone a hug in that one saying, bombini. And but I think what I would want the world to know about anything is that no matter where you come from, a small country, a small community, no matter what, you can make big waves in the world and you can make big changes. Because, like I said, our voice is the most powerful thing we have. And if we use it in the right way, then we can uplift communities.
Very good. And what uh, I'm not sure if this will be asked in Miss Universe, but what do you think makes you a Miss Universe?
Wow, what do I think makes me Miss Universe? Well, first I have to look at what is Miss Universe looking for.
Mhm.
And so when I look at what they're looking for a woman that's an ambassador, which means a woman that has the capabilities to speak about issues that matter to her, to make real changes, real difference, and that's what I'm doing with my project. I'm not just bringing awareness, but I'm taking action. And I'm, of course, the military background, it helps. Having the
Yes.
discipline, and I think someone that's wants to look at or that looks at the world with a glass half full mentality. So I think in that respect, I if I'm what they're looking for, then I'll be very happy about that. And
I
Curacao
guess
as well. I can make history for Curacao, so that's
yes.
what I'm aiming for. I have a
And
separate question,
yes.
a random question. So two of my very good friends, which they went to the military as well, and I've spoken about them before. They also influenced me to go. Their grandma is from the Philippines, and we're like this, the whole family.
What?
So, do you know? Do you know the potos and lumpia?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah, I
It's
love
like a
them.
rice cake, the small rice cake, very delicious,
Yeah.
sweet. And other
Oh,
delicacy here in my city, sometimes we put cheese on top of the puto.
oh my gosh, I haven't tried that. I'm gonna tell her now. Her name is Miss
Yes,
Anita, but I call her
it tastes
Anita.
delicious. And lumpia, of course, is a very famous delicacy. Everybody loves it at parties. It's like every party that you have, there's always
Really?
lumpia. Yes,
I know I have to visit. Here too, we also have lumpia here, but she would make them homemade and they were really, really good. So that
yes.
was why I was also excited to speak to you because I was like, oh my gosh, the Philippines. Yeah.
And it also works very well if you have the right dipping sauce.
What's that? Is it like the
You
peanut
know, you
sauce or
dip
is it
the lumpia in a sauce, Others use vinegar and then just mix it with more onions. Others use chili sauce. You can mix it, you can use any type of dipping sauce.
Okay, now I have to try that. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna do some research on those ingredients, and I'm gonna try it for
Yes,
sure
you should.
with those sauces.
You should. And speaking of food, since Thailand is hosting Miss Universe this year, what excites you the most about going to Thailand?
Other than the people, the food. The
Yes.
food, because I know that it's very healthy. That the Thai people, they like to eat very healthy food. It's all
Mm.
clean, so I'm really excited about that. And Thailand, actually, I went to a year ago, a little over a year ago. I went on my first solo trip to Italy, and I went with a friend, and we told each other. I told her, I was like, okay, next year I'm going to Thailand, and she said, okay, we'll go together. And I said, all right. And then I decided to join Miss Universe, so I said, oh, I guess I'll go another time when I have the time. And then I
And
found out that it would be in Thailand. So that was also another sign. When I was in Miss Universe Curacao, I said, okay, this could be a sign that maybe this is where I'm headed to. Yeah.
okay, hitting two birds with one stone,
Yeah,
competing
right?
and traveling.
Yeah, so I'm really excited. I'm excited about the monuments. I'm excited about, I think, everything. Thailand is such a beautiful culture, and it's such a beautiful country, and I really want to be able to get to know the Thai people and to get to tell them about Curacao as well, and hopefully make a bridge, make a friendship between Thailand and Curacao.
Yes, and I have another question that pops up in my mind just right now. How do you maintain a competitive mindset, but at the same time, open-minded about the possibility of winning and losing?
Wow, a competitive mindset, but at the same time, okay. I think because I don't see any other contestants, for example, as my competition. The way that I see it is we're all competing together. That's how I see it. I don't see them as we're competing against each other. I see it as we're competing together. And also my biggest competitor is who I was yesterday and who I can be tomorrow. That's what I always say. So, yeah.
Very good. Actually, I thought of that question just now, and it's very interesting. So, wow, it's nice to hear your perspective about that question. So, really good. And
Thank you.
we're about to end, but before I let you go, I have one favor to ask of you. I've asked Miss Zambia to do this as well. I
Okay. I know
I
it's
would like
coming. I've seen it.
oh my gosh, I would like to ask you to do to give us a sample introduction with your name and then your country, just like what they did in Miss Universe in the previous editions.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
All right. Let me sit up for this so we get my Miss Universe right here. Okay. Camille Thomas, Curacao.
Very good. Thank you so much. And we're excited. We're so excited to hear that on the Miss Universe stage. And before I let you go, what is your message to the people who are supporting you and will be supporting you all the way to the finals of the Miss Universe 2025 competition?
My message to every person supporting me, you're not only supporting me, you're supporting my country. And I love my country more than anything. And so, thank you so much for believing in Curacao, for believing in us, and seeing that we have potential to reach that point, to make history for ourselves on the Miss Universe stage. I appreciate it more than anything. Your support means the world to me and to all of us here in Curacao. So, thank you so much, and it means a lot. I'm going to take your heart with me, and I think about each and every single one of you supporting me on that stage because it really does help. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, Camille, I really appreciate you very much. It is such an amazing moment. It's an opportunity and a privilege to have this moment with you. I always appreciate every moment to get to know the contestants because, again, as what they've said, it's important to get to know you more because the contestants are just way beyond just the photos and videos. So, thank you very much.
No, thank you so much for this opportunity. Truly, from the bottom of my heart, It means the world to me that you've given me and Curacao this opportunity to speak. And I think you're absolutely right. I love what you're doing. There, you're interviewing all the candidates. I also saw Zamia when you had an interview with her. So it also, I'm able to get to know a bit more about my sister contestants before even meeting them. So it really means a lot. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, and have a wonderful day. And we will be keeping an eye on you on your journey as you compete for the Miss Universe.
Yes, thank you. All
So,
right. I'll see you
thank you
later.
very much. Bye bye.
Bye.